Hi guys, Misha, everything I say is not financial advice, my personal opinion. Let me check my sound. They're all good. Let's take a look at the market. That's my yesterday's. What's going on here? Oh, okay. Okay. Let's start anew. Q's is gapping. Q's are gap. Ooh. Dow Jones gaps down. Dow Jones gaps down. I've been thinking about Netflix a lot. Let's get to the point. Lockheed Martin got on my list again. Interesting. I've been thinking about Netflix. In terms of just buying it. There's a bunch of space on the year. Volume died. And it's not that biggest. It's an interesting question whether we should and by the way, this is also a sign of strength. Yeah, that's something to ask from my trading coach. Technically, all this are. This is not the biggest spread. Yeah, it's a good question to ask. Mm. Yeah, let's not rush it. Anyways, I'm here. This 0.5 would be interesting, I think. Interesting. This volume is 627. 627 on 23rd. There's our 23rd. I'm sorry. Oh, that was nice. Oh, sorry. Ultra volume. I have my new ideas on how to interpret gap volume. It's counter trend. Yeah. We like it. Except for unvolumed. Except for the fact that it is unvolumed. Well, no, go back. That would be interesting to have it up there. No. A little too low. It's a volume spring. We do not like the that what's going on. I was like, what's going on here? That's the leftovers from me trying to implement this like zero levels. I don't need them. I can see. See, yeah. It's too close to the yearly level not to go there and revisit it and see what's going on. So technically, 0.5. It's a little too much volume on this spring. So what I'm saying, I don't know whether it's on the way up or down. Hey, no. It's pretty strong. It is strong. It's not pretty strong, it is strong. It's a continuation of the trend. Heh, it's cute. It's cute. Volume down. We don't trade cute setups. We trade high probability setups. Ooh, no context for swing. A little too much for a trend manipulation. You know, it was a counter trend manipulation, I'd say. Yes. But for a trend manipulation, it's a little too much considering we are beyond. Our rotation point. So be careful. Doesn't disqualify this thing for swing. That was a good. But yeah, what can you do? What can you do? Do, 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 do. Wait. Oh, that's wild. Hold on. Just give me a sec. Yeah. This thing goes up and on volume spring. It's pretty much a sentence for a swing. Day trade is still fun. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Look at this. Continuation of the trend that didn't go. Ay, ay, ay. Tragic. What else can I say? It's also changed direction here. Yeah. I'm sorry for anyone who is long on CVS today. Drama, drama, drama. Look at the volume. Is there any news? It's a dividend. Even it's not even a. So it's not a continuation of the trend anymore. It's there's something very emotional and sexy. I was measuring my words about like big moves like that. They always tickle, unless it's the move against you. Even if it's a move against you, it tickles anyways. And so many people, I think it's the biggest challenge of um, trading to stop chasing this like adrenaline rush. Because I have a theory that people go to extent of losing money just to feel it. Because when the price moves suddenly and you're in this movement, oh, it tickles, of the uh, regardless of whether it goes in your favor or against you. It's like, oh, this thing is gone. The market situation. So I think all of us adrenaline junkies, as I was when I've started, we just chase this high watermelon sugar high that markets gives us regularly. And like big part of becoming a professional market participant is to stop being affected or driven, to stop react and start observing. All exactly as Dhamma teaches us. IYK, YK. So this opportunity is over. To daily watch, we needed to come to the daily level. Coin continues down. And it's beyond our turning point. Yeah. Okay. Our gainers and losers. Oh yeah, yeah. United Health. Just look at this guy. Like it wasn't enough for United. It's in point 0.5 by all measures. It's in point 0.5. So technically, this is a sign of strength because this is part of the this is a part of two bar spring. So the next biggest bar is this. This was a level. It is a level. 20% the stock loses overnight. Isn't it crazy? If you had X4 leverage on it, it's 80% of the uh, brokerage account blow up, and just don't recover from this. I'm saying you like as a virtual you, like universal you, including myself. One just don't recover after blowing up 80% of their account. And here it breaks. As always, look at this. Confirms the change of direction just to crash down. And we'll obey the rules. So from here, that would be good level, not critical. From here, it is critical. United Health and CVS, two pharmaceuticals, two health. United Health is not pharmaceutical, I think, but still health. What do you call the industry? 400,000 employees. Healthcare, United Healthcare. Whereas CVS, CVS is also not pharmaceuticals, is it? Yeah, it's healthcare services. 300,000 employees. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Changed direction, went up, and then did its thing again, went down all the way. It doesn't make sense. Yeah. It's a consolidation. And if this is a consolidation, then this looks a lot like a bear shake. Um, Bearish, bullish doesn't matter. Technically, it's bullish, but it cannot be because it's below the beginning of this wave. Even if I didn't unite, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. The matter of the fact is that it's a big, badass consolidation in the middle of nowhere, ready to go lower. Yeah, the way I see it, ready to go lower, arithmetically, logarithmically, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Yeah, and still, this volume like this, oof, yeah. Oh, what was happening here? Yeah, it needs levels. Let's put it on the watch list. It's an interesting day, to say the very least, for some of the stocks. So I'll just put it down. So forget all this. It's all right in continuation of the trend. I made my money on the top, like right there. Okay, there's a lot of green. Look at this. Look at this. Boom. That's why we don't do counter trends. That's why we don't do counter trends. That's why I don't do counter trends. This feeling inside. I don't know what's going on here. Bad boy, I'd buy the house where we both could live if I was a sculptor. But then again, no, or a man who makes potions in the traveling show. I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, yeah. This one's for you. And you. One more reversal. Forget all this. Doesn't matter. It's a clear sign of reversal. My gift is my song, yeah. This one's for you. And you can tell everybody this is your song. I know it's quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't that I put down in the words how wonderful life is. Well, you're in the world. If you guys don't know this song, please unsubscribe and leave the channel because it's too harsh to say. I was gonna say we have nothing in common. Of course we do. We are people. We're all we're all in this together. Whatever this is, we are in. But we're all together in it. Look at freaking UPS. What? I want to say something. Profanity language alert. Come what the fucker? What are you doing, man? UPS. I wanted UPS, but like, how can you want UPS when it does something like this? Can you freaking believe it? Yay. Oh, and here comes the sun. Oh, that was my morning song. Okay, I was like, what's going on with me? I'm doing my morning ritual. It's 7 a.m., you know? So, so good job getting out of um, Pfizer. It was tempting. It's like, let me do two things. First of all, let me close my blinkers a little bit because it's not gonna look fun on my face. As much as I love the sun rising, it's not gonna look pretty on my face. Okay, let's see our futures now. Hmm. Meantime, somewhere in parallel universe, Amgen. Is it Amgen or Amgen? Amgen. Vazgen. It's an Armenian name, which is a little bit of a object of racist jokes in Russia towards the Armenian population. very often when they want to like highlight the negative and reinforce negative stereotypes about Russian Armenians, they use the name Bazgan. It's on a lot of memes, is all I'm saying. And it's not a good thing, to be clear. It's definitely not a good thing in the way I see it. And I don't mean the name, I mean the fact that it's been used. The fact that there is um, this racist connotation against Armenians in Russia. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it's one bar reversal. A little bit of volume here, but then we go higher. Why do we go higher? Yeah, it's last volume of the day, so it's not a problem. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, and it's like a little bit too violent. And birds start chirping immediately. That's amazing. The sun came out, and can we move this thing somehow? Uh, it annoys me all the time. So yeah, that would need a task, but I mean, in all the reality, this is beautiful, the tail. Um, this as a yeah, it needs to go. And then this is volume, a lot of things are good here, but if it was like something small and nice up there, that will work, but it just resumed violently. Um, this thing also doesn't look like it's up to anything good. You know what I mean? It, I know it's quite simple, but now that it's done, what do we do with this? What do we do? Do. Nothing at all. We let it go. Da da da. Da da da. Bye bye FedEx. I know it's FedEx, but for the purpose of the song, it's so the thing about this one is that I can trade it indefinitely. Mm, so I don't need nothing. So the thing is not to go overboard and not to work myself up as I used to big time when I was on crypto, when I was 24/7, you know what I mean? There's like so much opportunity. And I just was eager not to miss any of that. But yeah, I would get a red eye and work myself up and hate the markets and all of that. And, you know, not a good feeling. The heck is this? Turn around. So it's an area for improvement this time, I feel like, you know, to only leave myself a yummy stuff. If it makes sense. So per se, this is good um, for the trend trade now on day trade. I'm trying to say I can day trade a lot of things now. That's what I was trying to say. The question is, do I need to trade? How many things do I really need to day trade at any given time without freaking losing my mind? Or rather, before I'll freaking lose my mind. You always on my mind. It's an opening of the market. You always on my mind. It's our financial musical from Mishka Suvorov. Um, this is also a spring of the situation and the volume one. So, da, da. Yeah, so that is also something that is doable in continuation of the trend. It's basically the same. It's Dow Jones and Dow Jones. I still can wrap my mind around having two of them, so for time being, I'll be keeping both, keeping in mind that I'm being ridiculous. YM and micro YM. There's no point for me to keep both, but I will for now. Till further notice. That's funny because it's held a level. That's a setup, my friends. This is the end. My only friend. The end. Dun, 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 dun. Isn't it beautiful? The fact that I live like a mile away from Jim Morrison's house in Laurel Canyon. Just this thing alone makes my living here a better experience. So we have to look short now since we're in correction. So this whole thing is short all of a sudden. And it changed again. So there's something to it, don't you think? There's something to it. We are in correction though, so gotta be super careful. Super careful. Hey, wait. I'm trying to chart here. Boom, 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 boom. This is a powerful move that makes me like shiver not so long ago. Just watching it and like, and then greed and fear immediately kicks in. Greed when you're not into it, not in the trade, not in the position, is like, I'm missing. And once you get in the position, it's fear of price reversing going against you. Greed and fear are the only two emotions driving the stock market, financial markets. Whereas greed is not really an emotion, it's a feeling. But fear is. It sure is. Okay, what are we gonna do about this guy? We gonna trade it? It's at the good level on resistance, 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 one bar reversal though. Resistance. We bypass the transition extreme, but we don't need the close manipulation signal since we are in the balance, so I have no excuse not to trade here. I have no excuse not to trade here. I'll wait for the full test though. And and I don't have to limit myself with, yeah, I have no excuse not to trade here, you guys. I don't. Stop hallucinating. I don't have excuse not to trade here, you guys. Except for this guy closing far above. Boom. I don't have excuse not to trade here. Okay. It's a little consolidation here, like this. It's a bigger volume at approach. Yeah, so it's gonna be too far. I don't have an excuse not to trade. The only flaw I can find here is that one bar reversal, and there was a nice accumulation here. And there's a nice accumulation here as well. Can I please skip this trade? Because I'm fearful. And there's no exhaustion volume here yet. See, nothing here is. Year and months look good except for this little accumulation here. Day looks not so good. There is no volume, no exhaustion volume. As a matter of the fact, it's unvolumed at all. That can be my excuse not to trade it. Yeah, it's an unvolumed T1. It's unvolumed T1. You guys, I think I'm gonna skip it. Looks better like this. Oh, that's even better. Please stay up. You know that moment when you break for the market not to give you a reason to open a position? Perfect. No problem less. It can resume violently, easily. But yeah, I'm trying to say here is that this is not an exhaustion. This is not, it's unvolumed. Unvolumed T1. Pretty much that disqualifies that for, more or less, it disqualifies it for a swing trade, not terminal for a day. Yeah, months and year is great. Months is comme ci, comme ça. This little thingy. Day unvolumed. No, this is high. Yeah, no, I'll be waiting. I've been waiting for the at least a close manipulation signal here. I think so, yeah. And I'm not chickening out. I have like legitimate excuses not to trade it and wait for. This looks like an exhaustion a little bit. It's not a good place, and it's like very strong approach. Yeah, unvolume T1 on day and on hourly also. It's not the. I'm still with Amgen. I think it's Amgen. I think it's Amgen. And it's not going to be the biggest volume, and we have like bunch of volume on our face here, everywhere. No, I'm not taking it. Need at least a closed manipulation signal, and the break looks like it's gonna be big. It's gonna be a good break, it looks like. Unlike this guy that closes in a can close potentially into upthrust, presumably into upthrust, and one bar reversal. Is it volumed at all? Unvolumed, same deal. I think it's unvolumed. Which can be all right if it's trend, and it is trend. It can be an argument. So, and this was unvolumed to a certain extent. To a certain extent. So where are we? It's a weakness now, though. This is strength. And I see weakness. It's unvolumed. It's gonna close pretty high. Above. It's pretty high. No, I'll need a close manipulation signal on this guy. What's going on here? We're too high above this whole situation. Oh no. Wait, what's going on? Oh yeah. Oh, but once again, yeah, but no. Sorry, I'm just talking to myself a lot of time. Couldn't take it without a test for counter trend. I'm still like with Amgen, you know, in my thoughts. But I should not be. What is this? Okay. It's in a balance. This doesn't matter now. One bar reversal, but now we already reversed. So even this looks better than Amgen. You see, I'm still there. But I'm still there. There. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I'm still here. That's an entry. That's probably a trade, but I'm not gonna take it. Yeah, that's a trade, but I'm not gonna take it. Because of the context on the higher time frame. But I'm still there. That's the That's gonna be an entry again. You're not gonna take it. It's a strong approach. We need to close. At least I needed to change the direction. Let me put it this way. At least, at the very least. What else do we have? Yeah, I think this will go, but who cares? Mm, you see, it's now chasing me. Like, why didn't you take me? That was your trade. Oh yeah. Phantom of the Opera. I don't know why I saved it. Why I said it. I'm rewiring my brain to say says instead of says and sad instead of said. I know it might sound funny for you, but for me it's my life. It's now or never. And I don't wanna live forever. Yeah. Very soon. Oh, it's against the Nasdaq. Okay. It's my other double. Where's my Nasdaq? Thank you. It's right here. But somehow it looks differently on the day, doesn't it? It does look very different because it looks different in the months. See, there is a difference. Oh yeah. Yeah. No, it's just me being. Maybe that's why. Oops. Maybe that's why I have a double assets on my list. Doesn't matter though. It changed. Oh, the point is that it never changed direction, but I should have watched it short anyways because it's in correction. Um, and then this is probably it. Yeah, it's not a balance. Well, it is. It is a balance. Um, so same deal. Okay, so maybe that's the higher purpose for me having a pair of most futures, of some futures, just to see how many mistakes I can do charting. Because the way you chart, the way you trade, that's for sure. If I know anything about the stocks, is that the way you chart is the way you trade. Yeah, pink, unvolumed, everything is unvolumed here. And none of this is good for a short. None of this is good for a short, I think. She didn't go. Too far from 0.5. Just because of this volume. And by the way, yeah, I didn't miss anything. Um, continuous. And I'm still there. You see how addictive is the music? I don't use it in my regular life, and still it's so encrypted in my head. And that's silver, but it's very similar to gold. Silver is very similar to gold. I think gold looks a little bit better, not because gold is yellow and silver is, you know, silver. What color is silver, by the way? Just because 5 minutes looks slightly better. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Where the heck are we? Okay. Why is it not charged? I feel like I'm also tired. Can you guys go? Let me go. Mm. I thought that I feel like Putin, who's been ruling the country for a quarter century and is like very, very tired. But that dude, he's like restless. He doesn't look tired like at all. He is like he's ready to go. He's good to go. Um, well, technically this, but I don't even wanna like have anything with this. And it's on volume spring too, which is pretty much disqualifying. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I have plenty on my plate to work with. I refuse to take this trade. Probably wrong, but it doesn't matter now. On volume 2 on. I'll just see it going my way. Yeah. No, it's not a good context. Too far from 0.5. So is this. That's a break. That's a break, and that's our sign strength. And that's our 0.5. Yeah, I'm gonna go start my day, alright? Good job not taking anything here, but there's nothing to take. Same deal. Silver, gold, potato, patata. Okay. You guys Trade responsibly on your own. Never listen to anyone. Knows no one knows anything. Learn and grow in the communities of like-minded people, such as myself. Take care.